Alright guys, I am back with a review. Now I've got a lot of miles on this Prius Prime. I've got over 140,000 miles now. I think today is late February 26th or 27th, I believe. I'm going to give you guys kind of a review of what I think of my car. I am the original owner of this vehicle. I bought it in January or February of 2017. I am on my third set of tires. I love these tires. I'm just going to show you real quick. These are the Forciums. Look at the tread design on that. I am hoping that these are Forcium D800 OEM size tires, 195/65 at 15. I just got them last week, and honestly, I am loving it. I'm going to kind of show you guys what I've done to my car so far, the things I like and things I don't like. This is the Prius Prime electric hybrid. I'm averaging about 20 miles in electricity still after all these years and mileage. I do have a level 2 charger. I use both a level 2 and a normal charger. I tinted the windows. I used to have the FRS BRZ rims, but I was just getting horrible gas mileage. I mean, I don't know what you guys were getting, but I was losing at least 10 miles per gallon. So, I debadged it, so it does not have the markings of Prime because of all the wonderful haters out there, which unfortunately exist. I'm going to start in the back. So I actually, if you can see, I actually have a camera, a rear camera. So far I like it. So I keep it pretty simple. I will tell you, I have a spare tire. I bought this off eBay. I keep it inflated to about 60 psi. In here I just have all my tools, knickknacks and everything. I mean, just a ton of things. I can just whatever I can throw in there. Wrenches, socket to change the tires right here. I think I bought this one. Works great in case I get stuck in a flat tire. Actually, one thing that I do like, I did actually end up, believe it or not, I did actually end up using the flat tire kit that came with this car. It worked, it did its job, but to be honest, do you know what's better than that? I'll show you. Go to this side over here. If you lift this up, there's a secret compartment, and I have a can of kind of like Fix-A-Flat. I actually like Fix-A-Flat better than this, to be honest. This is okay, it works too. It's a quick repair, inflator, and sealer emergency tire repair kit. I just leave one in here. I've used these probably about, 3 times. It's saved my butt many times from being stuck on the side of the road. So I highly recommend you guys get at least 1 or 2 of those. I'll tell you what, I don't like this. I mean, look at this. It's falling apart. It's barely holding together. I mean, part of it's my fault, probably because I'm a little rough on it, but man, I'm gonna have to maybe, I tried duct tape, it didn't work. I might do some glue, maybe epoxy. I'm not 100% sure. If you guys have suggestions, put it in the comments. And let me know if you guys ever needed a spare tire or Fix-A-Flat or something like that as well. So above here, I wired the rear view camera. I use Vantrue. So I just kind of duct taped it all the way. As you can see, it just kind of goes all the way in there and follow the top all the way up to the front, and I'll show you there in a second. Cargo space is so limited on this thing. Honestly, I love this car. It gets hella great gas mileage, tremendously reliable. But it's just small on the cargo capacity. So if you guys want something with more cargo capacity, you're not going to be happy with this car in that respect. I will tell you though, this car is super duper reliable. I'll tell you what I've done to this car. I have changed the transmission fluid oil. You'll see that in one of my previous videos I've made. I've done the transmission fluid. I've replaced the rear. Is there a rear axle fluid? I can't remember. I replaced all the fluids in here. The only fluid I have yet to replace is the antifreeze, and so I still need to do that. It's starting to rain. You know, I'm going to kind of show you the inside. Actually, oh, here's the other thing. Honestly, I hate the seats. The seats, when I first rode in the car, I was like, this is not a very comfortable ride. But you know what? This little pillow right here has changed everything. So it's called Everlasting Comfort. Go figure. It's awesome, okay? Makes my ride bearable. I ride 4-hour trips at least 4 times a week. So, you know, it's nice to have a cushion on the bottom of your butt. It really makes the ride a lot more comfortable. The car is wind tight. It's nice and quiet on the road. It's really solid. You know, if you're going high speeds, freeways and whatnot, it's really solid. It works really well. I am on the original brakes. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you guys are on. I'm at 100 and let's go look exactly how many miles I've got now on the inside. Okay, I'm gonna start it up. It says I have trip mileage. Says I have 142,695 miles with a life. Sorry guys, I had a technical difficulty here. As soon as I got my Prius Prime and I turned it on, what happened was the video stopped recording because it connected to my Bluetooth. So just to let you know, I've got, let's see, almost 143,000 miles now. You know, I tell you what, it's taken a while to get to that many mileage. I've added a couple things. I've added the comma 2. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. If you guys use a comma 2, let me know how it works out for you. Honestly, I am so grateful for this type of technology. I would have bought a Tesla, to be honest. You know, it was 2017, so I couldn't buy a Tesla that easy back then. But I didn't need to. You know what? I have the comma 2. It helps a lot. It makes my ride a lot better. I can go hands-free for, I'd say, 90% of the ride. And then I did add a couple things. I actually added this Vantrue front and rear camera. It's a pretty cool camera so far, so I've had no problems with it. You just got to make sure that you clean the lenses periodically, especially the one in the back. So a couple things I do to this car for, you know, the purposes of my liking. I use Aquapel for the windshield. I don't know if you guys know what Aquapel is. Honestly, I love it. It's amazing. It is something similar to Rain-X. And so when you're driving, you know, in lots of rain, weather, bad weather, things like that, the Aquapel makes a huge difference. God, I wish they would sponsor me. It just makes life a lot easier. You can see through especially the back window and the back over there. I mean, look how it's beating up. You see how the water's beating up? Okay. And then when you're driving, it just kind of slides off the glass. The water slides off the glass and it's nice and clear and everything good like that. You know, the windshield wipers, I love these wipers. The only thing that I do not like about them is that you have to buy Toyota wipers. You cannot buy knockoff brands. If you guys know of some knockoff brands, I mean, put them in the comments. I would love to know what you guys are using and what's working. I did make a video on how to replace the windshield wiper refills on these. It's kind of a pain in the butt the first time, but actually, if you look at my video, it's going to make your life so much easier. And when you do replace the wipers, it's actually easier if you get them wet, because it slides in a lot easier as well. What else? I'm a pretty big guy. I'm like 250 pounds. This works out. I mean, I prefer something a little more roomy, and to be honest, in the future, I actually plan to get something a little more roomy. I'm actually, man, I don't know if I want to tell you guys what I'm going to get yet, but I might leave that a surprise. There's a couple new types of vehicles I'm looking at getting. Well, okay, I'll tell you. I'm looking at the Sienna, the new Sienna. I don't know about the Highlander. I've had 2 Highlanders in the past. They performed really well, but I kind of want more cargo capacity, so that's why I want the Sienna. Same platform as the Highlander, I understand, but just tons more cargo capacity. Some things I hate about this car. All right, honestly, Toyota, if you're listening, I hate this touchscreen. All right, I'm used to it, okay, but I don't like it, and I wish they would get rid of it. It's not very functional. It's not very easy to use when you're trying to drive, and you're fidgeting with a stupid screen here that you don't know if you're touching the right spot. I mean, look at this. It's ridiculous. It's okay. So, for example, over here you have audio. Oh gosh, I mean, who puts these buttons in here? Look how tiny they are. I mean, it's like, oh man, I mean, it's worse like to hit the pause button to pause the music. It's just a joke. I'm gonna give you guys a pro tip, okay? When if you don't have the best tires, or you want to maximize your traction, if you really want to maximize your traction, guys, go get a case of water and leave it here in the front seat, okay? That extra weight, believe it or not, that extra weight is going to help you without spinning out your wheels when you're driving. I mean, it's amazing and phenomenal. Just having that extra case of water from wherever. I use Costco because, it's dirt cheap. Having that extra case of water really helps out, especially in the snow, wet weather, rain. Me, I have lead foot. Look what mode I drive in. This is what I drive in all the time. It's the red mode. That is power mode, okay? I drive in power mode. I'll tell you what, good and bad about power mode. I think I've had 3 speeding tickets in this Prius. Yes, 3, I know. Crazy, right? I'm not proud of it, to be honest. And thankfully, the last ticket I had was 3 years ago or so. It was a while ago. And I thought having a gray Prius would keep me a little bit more, incognito. Nope. It doesn't work. You're not incognito here, fellas. What else do I got here? So I kind of wired the Vantrue thing up here, kind of up there. Yeah, I use duct tape. Yeah, I know it's ugly. There's my more duct tape there. But you know what? It works. And honestly, nobody else gets in this car except for me. What else do I like and dislike? Okay, so I did replace the spark plugs. I did them around 90,000 miles, I think. There is a video of that as well that I posted. I used the OEM spark plugs. Again, transmission fluid. You know what? I did that as well a long time ago too, and it does run, I think, a little bit smoother after the fluid changes. If you ever do any fluid changes for transmission, gear oil, or anything like that, always use OEM fluid. For oil, Oil changes. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. For oil changes, you know, I made my life a little bit easier. I got a Fumoto valve. The Fumoto valve, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but essentially you replace the drain plug with a Fumoto valve, and when you're ready to change the oil, all you do is flip a little switch on the new bolt that you installed, and it just automatically drains the oil. Now, if you're going to do that, I highly recommend that you warm up the engine oil for a couple minutes before you do that, so that it drains faster. Because if you don't, oh my God, you're going to wait for it for like literally 15 to 30 minutes until it's done draining. You know, I change my own oil. Honestly, I like Valvoline. Valvoline honestly seems to make my car run smoother than Mobil 1. I've used Mobil 1 fully synthetic 020, but for some reason, and I've always had good results in the past using Valvoline. It's just been top notch oil for my Toyota vehicles. Let's see what else. But oil changes. Okay, so let's go back to oil changes. Now, I drive a lot on electric mode and a lot on gas mode. So I change my miles about at least 7,000 to 8,000 miles. At least 7,000 to 8,000 miles, because I do use a lot of electric as well. I mean, I do have a level 2 charger. I've got, you know, 2 places that I drive to, 2 locations. One location has a level 2 charger. The location I'm at now has a level, you know, it's level 1 standard charger. It takes like 5 hours to charge on a level 1. Level 2 takes me about 2 hours to get it done. And you know, the battery has not had any issues at all. I'll tell you, it's been really reliable. I only had one problem with this car, and one only, and it was, I don't know if you guys can look here. It was the relay for the automatic windshield wipers. And can you guys take a guess how much that relay cost? When I heard how much it cost, I was like, oh my God, you're freaking kidding me. And my car was just out of warranty. I mean, just out of warranty. And I contacted, so I took my car to the dealership. They're like, yeah, this is a $500 fix. And I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me, for a freaking relay for an automatic windshield wipers? But you know what? It's an absolute must. And so I contacted Toyota Corporation, and I said, look, you know what? I just bought a new car from you guys. It's just out of warranty and blah, 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 you know. Can you guys make it right? And they said, you know what? We will give you a one-time, you know, courtesy towards the relay wiper. Took it to the dealership. So I got the code. I got the authorization from corporate Toyota. And once I got authorization, then I go to the Beaverton Toyota. I tell them this is the situation. They approved it, and they're willing to pay for it. And I tell you what, I went to the Beaverton Toyota in Oregon, and I'll tell you what, you know, they're great. It's a great place. I've bought other new Toyotas from there as well. They took care of it, no problem. That was the only big problem that I had with this car. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, God, this thing's freaking built tough. I was a little bit worried because it was a 2017, you know, new generation, first year in production, and, you know, but it's a Toyota, and, you know, I thought I would get some more problems. That was the only thing I can think of. I'll tell you, that was the only thing I can think of. Features I like in my Prius Prime. Now, this is the advanced level, also known as the limited edition. Now, I love the heated steering wheel right there. I love it. Okay, I love the cruise control. In addition, as it works with the Comma AI, it's flawless. It works seamlessly. Good user interface for that. I love the heads-up display. I don't know, let's see if you can see the heads-up display. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there, heads-up display, okay? It says I got 18.7 miles on electric. Honestly, the stereo system, meh, it's mediocre. Nothing impressive. You know, I thought the JBL speakers and all this and that would sound a little bit better. Nope, they're mediocre, you know, it's okay. What else do I like about this car? I don't use these features much. That's the telephone. I do not use those a whole lot at all. Pretty much worthless. I like the Bluetooth. It does have the heated seats. You know, I don't use the heated seats function. My passenger might, but not me. And that's just because, you know what? I don't get cold. I actually like to drive like at 60 degrees for my inside settings most of the time. I hate this button. Just to let you know, I hate these things right there. I hate that. I hate those buttons. They work. Oh, there's the other thing. When you push both of these buttons, it automatically starts the engine of the car. It seems like it just needs to do that if you need to do a front defrost and a rear defrost at the same time. You have to do that. It's so annoying. But hey, whatever. It works. Oh yeah, how does the car do in snow? You know, I've driven this car in, I think at least 6 inches of snow. I typically use dedicated snow tires for this car, and I'll tell you what, it's done pretty darn good. You know what? I have not gotten stuck. Again, I drive a lot, so you know, I now I'm averaging at least 35 to 40,000 miles a year. I'm at 142. I think by the end of the year, I will probably be changing my transmission fluid again. Easy to do. Watch my other videos in the past, how I did it, but the CVT transmission in this car it's been phenomenal, you know? I mean, it's a Prius. It's not a race car. It gets you to point A to point B. And you know what? With gas prices where they are today, man, it's pretty good. I actually did a Kelley Blue Book on this car, and shoot, I think I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but what's the Kelley Blue Book on your car right now? I'll tell you what, you know, with 142,000 miles, I think the Kelley Blue Book on this is like maybe $15,000 or so, maybe 16, something crazy like that. I mean, I remember when I had like 100,000 miles, and this was like, you know, who knows, 2 years ago or something, and it was only worth like, you know, $12,000 to $13,000 at 100,000 miles. And now I'm at 142,000 miles, and it's worth like 15,000, 16,000. Now, realistically, I don't know if anybody's gonna buy it for that much, but it's just insane how the car market has been lately. So, you know, let me know like what your cars are now worth, and you know, who knows. Let's see. I've been in no accidents in this car. My kid, on the other hand, I let him test drive it, or I let him learn how to drive actually using this car, and he actually scraped this guardrail a little bit. Pretty minor, but still not happy about it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that's about all I have to say for this update. It's did I tell you I like the heated steering wheel? I think I did. I really like that. That's a great function. The interior, it looks great. Let me show you. All right, I'm back. I just got a new phone, so it does funky things. Look at the interior. I mean, look at that leather. I mean, or whatever, fake leather. I have no idea. Softex. Not sure what it's called. You know what? It's really held up. I mean, the quality, the workmanship. This is honestly why I love cars, Toyota cars, that are built in Japan. But, you know, nowadays a lot of them are made in America, so we'll see how they turn out. But this was made in Japan, and super quiet. yeah, I love it. You know, the engine's on right now. I don't know if you can hear it because of that freaking button turned it on. Let's see. I don't use these buttons too much, usually just electric. But tell me what you think of your car. Like, what do you guys think of it, you know? And also let me know what other videos you want to see. I have, again, I'm on original brakes, 142,000 miles. I've got at least 60% left in my brakes. I don't foresee, I do all my own mechanical stuff, just so you guys know. The only thing that I don't do is I don't install my own tires. But everything else I'll do. You know, like I'll go as far as from the fluid changes to if I have any wheel bearings or things like that. Usually I don't get those issues on here. I tell you what, I did have one little problem with my struts, and that's because I like way over exceeded the capacity of the vehicle. I was literally loading up like half a pallet worth of paver stones, like bricks, like big, 12 by 12 size stones in the trunk, in the front, all over this car. And I think I kind of like, I pushed way over the capacity. But this car was like a low rider after that, and I don't recommend doing that. I have actually hauled lumber, like huge long pieces of lumber, like 8 to 10 feet. I just fold down this thing right here, and I'll just stretch the wood all the way up there and all the way to the back. You just got to make sure you do not you put something between the wood so it does not touch the windshield, because you can easily crack that windshield if the wood slides. So be careful with that, fellas. Tell me what you love about your car. Tell me what you hate about it. And let me know what kind of videos you want to see next with my Prius Prime. And maybe what kind of car you think I should get. All right. Give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. The thumbs up's going to help me keep doing these types of videos. Over and out.